It smells like fresh dirt and peanut fields down here. I just love it. If I could bottle that smell, I definitely would. Alright, so we're doing it. I'm driving my 1957 Chevrolet 150 four-door sedan down to rural South Georgia, and I'm really excited about today because this is really a first road trip in this old car. I built this car, started building this car probably about 5 years ago. It's got a modern engine and transmission. It's LS swapped with a 2007 Chevy V8. And everything is pretty much new under this car, from the suspension to the brakes to the engine and transmission. But I've never really gone on a long road trip in it, and I built this car to be a long-range car, something that I can drive across the country in. So this is the first time we're really taking it far. I'm headed down to rural South Georgia, where I'm going to meet up with the other Robert. We're headed to Otherrobertville right now. And Other Robert and I are going to make some videos today. But I wanted to kind of do a road trip video as well, as we see some of the small towns that we'll drive through on the way to where we're going to meet up with Other Robert. And I've always loved old cars, of course. I've always wanted to do explorations in old cars. When I first started this channel, the main vehicle that I did all my explorations in was a 1951 Ford Coupe, and it was nowhere near as nice as this car is, and I did all sorts of back road exploring and places that that car never really should have gone. And so now we're kind of back. I like driving old cars to old towns that have been largely bypassed by modern roadways, modern 4 lanes, and modern traffic bypasses these towns, and they slowly fade away. So driving something old that would have been around when these towns were still in their heyday, I think is really cool. The only problem is it's a little bit loud in this car, lots of wind noise, but hopefully you can bear with me and hear me okay, and we'll have a good road trip. So let's go. So I think this must have been an old community called Richland. This is Richland Road that I'm driving on right now, and you can see it kind of skirts past the 4-lane there. And these old buildings are really cool here. I think this was, yeah, this must have been an old gas station. It's got $1.91 gas on it. And this is the Brooklyn Company, and beside it, the Brooklyn Restaurant. So, you know, just some cool old Americana on the side of the road here. I don't know what this is right here. Florida's Folk Art Gallery. And great road names out here. Buddy Boy, Thornton Road. And we're about to get back on the 4-lane. Whenever I see a clump of trees in the middle of a farmer's field, like what we just passed, I immediately think there must be a cemetery there, or maybe an old home site. I always wonder. and oftentimes there are. All right, so now we're gonna pop into our first real small town. This is gonna be Richland, Georgia. And this is an example of what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. An old town that's been bypassed by the modern 4-lane. All right, so we got to do a little drive-by of the Lynn Court Motel with satellite color TV. No idea if this place is still actually a motel or not, or maybe just apartments, but cool old place. Looks like Granny's restaurant ain't open here no more, which is a shame because I'm hungry. Granny's restaurant is for sale. All right, and now we come to one of the coolest things around, I think. First of all, let's look at downtown Richland. But look at this old restored gas station right here. Definitely got to stop for this. It looks like they might even, you know, have some gas here. So how about this? Isn't it just amazing? We're really stepping back in time today. And we've got some classic cars in the garage. But I don't think we'll be getting any gasoline today. I don't think the attendant is here. And here is the Richland Distilling Company, which is interesting because a lot of these small southern towns are actually getting saved by distilleries. Distilleries put in these small towns give people a reason to come to these towns, put something in these buildings that would otherwise be sitting empty. And it's pretty great. I've never been to Richland Rum, but we'll have to come back and try it another day. And looks like it takes up a few of these buildings. Alright, so here's the Merritt Pecan Company, which we got to get over there somehow. They're doing some road construction. I guess we got to go down here and turn around. Just drive through the fresh blacktop. So this is a little town of Weston. It's a Weston city limit here. Alright, well that was the Merritt Pecan Company from the outside. I was hoping they had a restaurant in there because I'm getting hungry, but no such luck. So we got to keep pushing forward. Hopefully there'll be something to eat somewhere between here and the Otherrobertville. But I tell you one thing, if you want pretty much every kind of pecan in existence, go to the Merritt's Pecan Company back there, because they got it. I'm just not in the mood for pecans right now. Alright, so a little cemetery here off to the side of the road. I just figured we'd do a quick walk around to this. Those are modern Confederate stones right there. You can still order Confederate stones for your ancestor. They're still provided by the government. This is a cool one right here. This is one of those white bronze markers that we've seen before. Usually sold off the railroad. Little metal marker. And that's really neat right there. How about that tomb? Alright, well, one day this cemetery will be filmed in more detail. We're more in the other Roberts territory now. So we'll let him come back and give you a detailed video of that cemetery. But we got to get back on the road. To hear me back there because of all the construction, but how about that little post office? It's got to be one of the smallest I've ever seen, and it appears to still be an active post office. Pretty neat. The air is definitely fresher down here in South Georgia. It is a beautiful area. It smells like fresh dirt and peanut fields down here. I just love it. If I could bottle that smell, I definitely would. All right, so we're just about in Otherrobertville, where I'm supposed to meet him, and I'm following my GPS, but it's taking me down a road, and this ain't much of a road. The place I'm supposed to meet the other Robert, but oh man, this is the right address. I don't know about this. He said pick him up at his house. These houses don't look lived in. Oh, that's a big bump. Man, where is he giving me the address to? That's the one. It's the house that I've got the address to right there. Oh, big bumps. All right, so this is it. This is where I'm supposed to meet the other Robert. I don't know about this. I must have the wrong address. Ain't no way anybody lives here. Oh, look at this house though. Old chair on the porch with a dead mouse in it. No way nobody lives here. Wait, what? Robert. It's Robert. Ain't no way.
Yeah. You a little bit early. I was just sitting here reading the magazine.
Ain't no way.
We ready to go?
This is your house?
Yeah.
You're living here?
Yeah. I'm gonna lock the door. I don't even want to break in.
You
ready to go? I got my stuff.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Can we? You're not gonna show me around the place?
I got time for that. We got things to do.
Well, that's true.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. You said you were gonna lock it. The door doesn't even close.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Let's go, man. We gonna go. Watch the step right here. I'm gonna cut the grass next week.
Hey, you got like dead mice in your chair right here.
That sorry rascal. He ate all my dang beans, all my dried beans up. I got him though, didn't I?
I guess you did.
All right, let's go for a ride. Come on.
That's your house?
Yeah. You had no trouble finding it, did you? I gave you some good directions, didn't I?
I mean, they led me here.
At the end of the road, that's what I said.
I guess.
Yeah. No relation to Robert.
All right, so I have had a full day of filming with the other Robert, and we're headed back home now from Southwest Georgia. I've dropped Robert off back in Otherrobertville, and we're gonna go back home. It's been a good day. It's gotten hot today, but I don't miss the air conditioning that much in this car. Not yet. It got up to 80 degrees in Georgia today. When it gets to closer to 100 degrees, probably won't be driving this as much. Let's get back home and we'll see if we see any more interesting sights. I don't know what kind of trees these are, but there were orchards on both sides of the road. Probably pecans. Probably small pecan trees, because they ain't got no leaves on them yet. And pecans are one of the last trees to bud out in the springtime. And there's a lot of pecan trees out there. All right, so I just got gas in the car. We are almost back home. We're in Casita, Georgia now. I just put gas in the car, which was 2.99 gallons. From where I put gas in the car earlier, it was also Casita, so we've gone, you know, about 60 miles probably, because we didn't do adventuring in this car. We took the other Robert's car. So this car is still getting, like, you know, a little over 20 miles to a gallon. So that's awesome. And we're gonna ride through downtown Casita, Georgia. So I've always kind of thought of Casita, Georgia as like the country or rural version of Columbus, Georgia. And that's, you know, that's not a good thing. And of course I can feel all 3 people who watch these videos from Casita, Georgia writing me mean comments right now because I said that. But never been a big fan of Casita, Georgia, but we're gonna ride through downtown and look. I do know there were some cool old buildings. There's an old rail line right over there. It's all grown up. I do know there were some cool old buildings down here, but they tore them down. We will stop and look at the mural on the way back out. All right, everybody, I hope you have enjoyed this rural road trip with me today. I have certainly enjoyed doing it. I got a lot done with the other Robert too, so those videos will be coming soon. I hope to do more of this sort of thing. Drive around, explore rural Georgia, and a 57 Chevy. I think that's perfect. So I hope you have enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you next time.